Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 16th to the 30th, 2021 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Taurus, November 16th to the 30th, 2021, Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. I love it. We're starting with the Sun. Brilliant, brilliant. And the Death card. I really like that combination. We might be a little bit apprehensive because the Death card comes in, but the Death card is a really great card of change and of stepping into a new personage, and stepping into this new person that we have become because of our life and our life experiences and everything that we've been through. This is also Scorpio energy. So if we have Scorpio within our natal chart, that's coming through very powerfully here at our root. Then we have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Page of Swords. So dreams around it could be around an air sign child, if we have an air sign child that's in our lives, but also dreams around our thoughts and our voice and our ideas and the way that we want to move forward within our lives and the way that we want to embrace who we are and where we're headed. Then we have our emotional self. We have the Eight of Wands. And again, we have that child energy coming through with the Page. This is the Page of Wands. Everything happens really quickly within our hearts around a fire sign child. It could be also around a fire sign, just this sense of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but also around our passion. Our passion is at our heart. We're very passionate about things during this time. We're going to find that we lead with passion, and that's going to be something that we can't ignore, even if we wanted to. But we also become a student of our passion. Now, this could very well be an Aries child right here, because we have the Emperor coming into play. But this could also be an Aries. So we could have somebody in our lives who is learning a lot, who is seeing a lot, but we're also going to find ourselves as this equates just to us personally, embracing this kind of attitude of I'm learning and I'm discovering and I'm finding my throne and my place to stand. And I'm tired. I'm tired of sacrificing for everybody else, or I'm tired of not, standing in the power that I want for my life. And it moves us to the Six of Pentacles. It moves us to a gift. It moves us to a gift being given, but also the sense of prosperity showering down upon us, the sense of finding this balance, finding this not only middle ground, but the sense of, okay, this is what it's been for. This is what I've been fighting for. This is what I desire. This is what I want. This is what I need. And it moves us to the energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Now, this is the King of Swords. We have to be very mindful of people using words as weapons, changing things around. It's your fault. It's not my fault. You could confront somebody and say, you did XYZ, and it could be very valid, very factual based, and they'll turn around and be like, well, if you didn't, make me feel this way, and if you didn't do this, then I wouldn't have to have, done any of that. And so we're going to have to be mindful during this time of people taking our words and twisting them, of people also only being interested in the facts of things and not being interested in the emotion behind it. If people don't see our emotion, if people don't see our hearts, we're going to feel like people don't see us. And that's going to be a very powerful thing for us during this time. Let us see our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Balance. This is the root chakra, and we're going to find that we're finding balance within our lives again. We're finding harmony within our lives. We're finding the sense of beauty and connection and the sense of belonging again. And that's going to be really quite powerful for us. This is also the sacred feminine and sacred masculine energy coming forward. Now, let us start talking, because this is an astrology reading as well as a tarot reading. Let us start talking about the astrology of this time and seeing how everything correlates together. On the 16th of November, we have the Sun sextile Pluto, which brings with it this magnetic, there we go, attraction to what we want and what we need and where we're going. We're very charming. This is a day, like, if we want to go out on a blind date, or if we want to have a really romantic evening, we're charming. We're exuding that sensual energy. Go for it on this day. We're going to find that also we're astoundingly determined and can feel almost unstoppable. So this is the day where if we want to go for that job interview, or we want to work on our resume, or we, want to start something that we've been putting off, this is the day to harness that energy and go after it. Now, Mars is opposite Uranus on the 17th of November, which brings with it exciting and unpredictable energy. We can feel a bit risk-taking, but we can also have this devil-may-care attitude and be quite rebellious. So we have to be mindful on this day. Are we taking risks for, the risk and the payoff that they can bring, or are we taking risks to be rebellious and to kind of say to everybody, go fly a kite? I need to move this way because I'm tired of being told what to do, or I'm tired of living up to somebody else's expectations. On the 18th of November, Mercury is trine Neptune. Now, this brings an alluring energy. This brings an energy with it that makes us more attractive. This is another great date night, and this is also bringing our imaginative powers to the surface. We are going to find that our imagination is unstoppable. And this is a time where we can start to bring to life what we have dreamed of, what we have really wanted. This is another great day to create. If we are artists, this is a day to, sit there with pen and paper or whatever instrument you use to convey your art. This is a day to utilize that power. And we can find that we embrace this sense of power and insight and also ideas during this time. It's like we can feel unstoppable. On the 19th of November, Venus is trine Uranus. Now, whenever Venus comes into play, Taurus, we have to pay attention because we're ruled by Venus, and Venus brings with it an energy of feeling free, of feeling unique, and feeling social. This is going to be a great day to get things done, to work with people, a great day to go out on the town, just a great day to have fun. On the 19th of November is also a lunar eclipse in Taurus. So we're going to find this day to be highly intense. I will be doing a separate video on the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 19th, so stay tuned for that. On the 20th of November, Mercury is squared Jupiter. This brings with it a clear, open mind. We can see things in a different light, but we're also going to be lacking discipline. So we have to be aware that we have all this talent coming forward. With Mercury square Jupiter, we have this open mind, we have this clear vision, and yet we have this laziness to us where it's like, I'll do it tomorrow. We don't want to miss this energy today. On the 21st of November, Mercury is sextile Pluto, which is very serious for us. It brings just this very serious energy, this very serious time. We're going to have a tendency to look at things as, well, it has to be like this, it has to be like that. It's like, no, calm down. It's going to be okay. But we're also going to discover a lot of what's slowing us down because we are so focused, we are so serious, and we're going to need to follow our intuition to say, well, what if I do this and what if I do that? And what's going to stop us is we're going to say, well, I need facts to back that up. And it's like, yeah, we do need facts with certain things, but we also need to open our eyes and look at things in a different way and let our heart follow us forward. Now, on the 27th of November, we have the third quarter moon Virgo. And Virgo always tells us that we are enough. Virgo tells us to look inward and to see our worth. So that's going to be coming up on the 27th. On the 28th of November, the sun is conjunct Mercury. And this is the best time for communication, and important ideas come to the surface. And it's like, yes, I got this. I have these ideas. I have this passion. I have this follow through. We're students of our mind and we're students of our passion. So that's going to be great on the 28th of November. It's like, yes, I can go after this. We have so much that we're thinking about, that we're going after, that we can be terrible listeners on the 28th of November. So just be mindful of this. Mark it on your calendar. On the 28th of November, I need to have my listening ears on, like as they say in preschool. I need to be able to show up. I need to be able to hear. I need to be able to pay attention. On the 29th of November, Mars is trine Jupiter, which makes us suave and sexy and creative. We're also going to be passionately fighting for what we believe in and for the underdog. We are also going to be really motivated we're going to be really able to motivate people and ourselves through our spiritual courage. We're also going to be really motivated by our spiritual courage. There's just a sense of our hearts calling to us. Now, the 30th of November is complex because we have a couple of planetary alignments that all come into play at the same time. We're going to start off with Mercury sextile Saturn, which brings focus and the ability to see the bigger picture. We can be single-minded with this energy and only focused on our goals. We're like, these are my goals. This is what I want. This is where I'm going. Period. Done. Nice little box. I have it all set up. But also on the 30th of November, we have Venus sextile Neptune. Now remember, we're ruled by Venus, so this energy is going to come through very powerfully for us, and it makes us passionate and romantic and sensual. Our relationships become very important, and we need to have people around us. Like-minded people around us would be the best type of people to have around. We're also highly creative. So then we have the planetary alignment of the Sun sextile Saturn, which brings with it a sense of identity through leadership and finding and embracing our voice. So what happens with the Sun sextile Saturn is that we start to become a leader in the field that we're drawn to the most. And these are going to go one of two ways. It can either be Mercury sextile Saturn, which is the ability to see the bigger picture, go after our goals, go after what we want, or it's going to be Venus sextile Neptune, which is our romantic lives, our passionate relationships, our, intimate relationships, family, friends. Everybody starts to become really important to us. That's part of our little bubble, our little circle of existence. With the Sun sextile Saturn, again, it's going to play to either one of these situations. For us, we have a strong proclivity towards the Venus sextile Neptune area. But if we have people in our lives who are leaning more towards the Mercury sextile Saturn area, the area of, I have jobs to do, I need to do them now, we can find that we can feel ignored. We can feel, not as appreciated as we would like to be. So that's going to be something that we have to be mindful of, that people are going to be drawn to whatever energy most speaks to them, most vibrates to them during this time. enters into their energy vibration, and it might not align with ours. So that can make things a little bit tricky. So do be aware of that. But we have the sun shining forward at our root. We have this beautiful sense of passion and power and insight and ideas. The sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. And so we're going to find ourselves moving towards our happiness, but also having a radiance to us, having a beauty to us that might be hard for us to see at times, that might be hard for us to understand, but people are going to see it within us. And people are going to say, well, there's something about you. Yes, there's something about us. There's beauty and intensity and power to us. And there's a sense of being able to shine after finding the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new, after finding that we've ended a chapter. And that chapter might need to be mourned. It might not have ended the way that we wanted to. We could have ended with a real tearjerker. It could have been the cliffhanger that we went, no, and put hands to heart and thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe it happened like this. But like in all good stories, this is what keeps things interesting. We might say, I'm done with the interesting, I'd rather have the boring for a little bit. And I completely understand. But Spirit has their own way of telling our stories. And so here with the death card, with this transformation, with these insights, with these ideas, we see ourselves moving in a different direction. We see ourselves moving in a powerful direction. We see ourselves embracing something more unique, more intentional, more understanding to us. And we're going to find that we're walking between the world of the spirit world and the earthly plane. We're going to find that we're embracing our ideas. We're looking at ourselves more and more and more. And it brings us to our dreams. It brings us to a lot of the dreams that we have that think, okay, I just have to be perfect in order to go after them. Or the dreams that we have that say, the shift has passed. You're too old. You're too this. You have too many responsibilities. And what Spirit's saying here is stop. Stop putting earthly limitations on you. And we might think, how nonsensical. Like, how silly is that to say, stop putting earthly limitations on me? I live on earth. I have these earthly limitations. I can't because. And what Spirit's saying here is you can because I walk with you. You can because maybe the way that you're envisioning going after your dreams and achieving your goals is not the way that I'm going to lead you to going after your dreams and achieving your goals. They can look differently, but still accomplish a lot of the same things. And so here we need to open our mind. We need to focus on our dreams. We need to focus on our soul. We need to focus on what we want and what we need and the way that we're headed. And it moves us to the Page of Swords. It moves us to being a student of our voice, being a student of our mind, being a student of how it is that we want to progress forward. We can really find that our voice is more intense than it has been. And we're learning how to embrace that. We can also find dreams that are around what we wanted as a child, especially if we had an inclination or, we had this desire to write things out. We had this desire to, build these worlds. We could be writers. We could be artists. We could be, just storytellers, even through human nature. We could have been really drawn to psychology. We could have been really drawn to, sociology. We could find ourselves looking at this part of our personality and seeing how it intertwines with our dreams and how it brings us forward into our present, to where we want to be, to what we desire and what we need. And it starts to bring about a lot of change. All of a sudden, our hearts start to move in a different direction. And it feels like all of a sudden my world is moving in a different direction, but it's the fact that my heart is guiding me there. The Eight of Wands moves everything quickly. It's like, ready or not, here it comes. And I don't care if you're not ready for it. You better catch the ball, right? You better be on your toes. So this is a time for us from the 16th to the 30th that we need to be on our toes, that we need to know that things are changing passionately. Things are moving forward in a direction that maybe we hadn't anticipated, hadn't envisioned for ourselves, but it moves us to being a student of our passion. It moves us also to getting, these messages from Spirit that say, are you on the right track? Are you embracing the gifts that you were given? Are you letting them fall by the wayside? Where are you headed? Why are you headed there? What do you want? What do you need? What do you see? And it comes in these 1,000,010 questions, but Spirit's saying, I'm asking you to push you. I'm giving you moments that make you quick in your boots, because I want you to walk forward in a way that you hadn't anticipated, that you hadn't understood, that you hadn't seen before. I want you to be out of that comfort zone. Because in the public arena, you are emperor. In the public arena, people turn towards you. And you're going to think that's nonsense. Why would anybody turn towards me? Because there's power in you. You're not seeing it. Other people are. When the sun shines within us, we shine. There's a radiance to us. There's a beauty to us. People are drawn to it. Are we drawn to it? Nah, it's us. We don't see it as well. People who see their own radiance, we have to kind of be mindful of, because they can be narcissistic. But with the sun, and it's not saying, okay, so Spirit's saying define. So it's not saying that seeing our own worth makes us narcissistic, but we're saying that when the sun shines within us, and when there's a beauty and a radiance to us, and we just say, well, of course, I was absolutely, meant for this, and not question it at all. Spirit says that that's not always the best place to be, because we can push further and not listen to the messages that Spirit are giving us to shine in the way that Spirit wants us to. It's to shine in the way of our dreams, not shine in the way that everybody else sees that we're shining. So people are going to see that we're shining, and we're going to find that they kind of take us by eyes. They kind of say, well, why do you get to shine and I don't? Why do you get this brilliance? Why do you get to be happy? Why do you get, X, Y, Z and I don't? And what Spirit is saying here is that don't let other people take away your radiance. Don't let other people define your happiness. It's not about being liked by everybody, because everybody will not like you. Everybody will have a complaint and a way that you could be you better. Well, why can't they focus on being them better and embracing the full potential and the full purpose of them? So when we have our radiance here, when we have the Emperor, we have this maturity, when we sit on this throne, when we embrace what it is that we want, which is funny because it says right down here, maturity, but we have here feeling like a student. And we are the student of our mind. We are the student of our passion, of our hearts, of what we desire, what moves us forward. Maturity comes in and says, but to the waking world, you are the leader. To the waking world, you are a person who knows. To the waking world, you are somebody to be listened to, heard, and understood. So as we claim our throne, we claim it because we are not followers. This is not a time where we blindly follow and say, yeah, okay, that's great. This is a time where we say, but this is me. This is what I need. This is what I want. This is who I am. This is how I'm moving forward. This is me, and this is it. It moves us to the Six of Pentacles. It moves us to being able to give out wealth. Being able to give out prosperity and success to others, being able to help, being able to embody, to embolden, but it also gives us this sense of, is it balanced? Is there only giving and giving and giving, or is there only taking and taking and taking? And where is the balance within me? How do I move forward in this balance? So with work, this is a time where we're like, other people need to start pulling their weight. I'm going to put my foot down a little bit more, not in a bossy kind of mean way, but just in a way of, I need to set aside time for me. So if we're always doing everybody else's work, it's like, no, I'm going to do mine and they can do theirs. If this is within the home, it's like, okay, but people have to pull their weight too. I'm not the short order cook and the maid and the this and the that and the other thing, after which I'm exhausted and I don't have any time to enjoy my own existence. We're going to have to put our foot down and really embrace this sense of balance and this sense of beauty and gifts and intentions and determination to move forward in who we are and where it is that we want to be within our lives. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and it's the Death card. Now, we are blessed by the Death card at our root. It is the stepping into the new self, but we have to be mindful of lies and secrets. Now, this falls in perfectly with the energy of somebody who twists words, who, is a bit of a wordsmith, but has this tendency of twisting words, making daggers out of them, and making us doubt the way that we ourselves are moving forward. So do be aware of this. It moves us to our chakra energy, which is the root chakra, which is family. And we have the root chakra coming through. We have balance, the balance of the sacred feminine, the sacred masculine within us. And then we have family coming forward. The sense of family love guides us. The sense of family is an intrinsic part of us. The family we were born into, the family that we created, the family that, loved us and nurtured us. This is going to be a time where we need our people, where we need the people that we feel comfortable with, that we feel secure around. And it moves us to our rooted energy, the subconscious rooted energy of the mystic. This is the high priestess. The veil is lifted from the eyes. The veil is lifted and we see what before we just could not see. And subconsciously, we're not able to handle the lies anymore. It's not that we're not able to handle them. We're not able to smile and just grit our teeth and bear it. What Spirit is saying here is that we start to see things in a very different way. We start to see things with enlightenment. We start to see things with determination. We start to see what had been hidden from us before. And as we see what had been hidden from us, we start to see ourselves. And we're not falling prey to anybody's lies. It's so interesting that lies are going to be the thing that wants to rip us down, but we see it. And it's like, no, I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm not, listening to this nonsense anymore. I am walking this road that embraces me, that sees me, that honors me. And as we do this, it moves us to our inner self. And it's the hermit. It moves us to quieting our world and turning inward. We might find that, as social as astrology has us during this time, or as comfortable being social as astrology has us, we might be like, yeah, that's good. Thank you for the invite. I'm not really interested right now. Or, thanks for the information, but I'm going to go this way instead of that way. I'm looking at me and I'm seeing the light and the stars that shine for me. Now we want to capture a star. It can be that we're focusing really only on one dream. And what Spirit is saying here is let the stars go into the sky. See where they take you. See where they take you. See how it moves us forward. And it brings us then to our subconscious emotional self. And it's the chariot. It's Memenon, the god of the sea. And he has turned sea foam, water and sea foam into horses. He's guarding the sea. Yes, he's the guardian of the sea, the god of the sea. But he is also utilizing the emotions, the sea, to guide him forward and to take him where he needs to be. This is a time where our hearts are so powerful that if we harness this energy, we become unstoppable. And it moves us. And it has to be the energy of the heart. It's like everything is changing. Our passion is moving forward. If there's something going around a fire sign energy, this is a person that we might need to defend because they're coming through as a child, as a person who needs to be looked after. But this also can be a person who's just not going to handle things very maturely. And we have to really embrace our hearts and utilize our emotions to be like, no, I need to move forward like this. I'm not playing these games anymore. I can't be dragged down that way. It moves us to our subconscious public arena self. And it's the Page of Wands. It's that fire sign energy coming through again. It's innocence. It's a sense of finding the innocent passion that moves us forward. It's a sense of opening up the door to what we want, to where we need to be, to not looking at things as it has to be just one way, looking at things and saying, it's so much more than I imagined. It needs to be so much more than I thought. And we embrace passion, we embrace determination, we embrace focus, and we're going to find that we break the mold. This is a time that we break the mold. And we just need to. It's just going to be a part of us. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the beauty of this time. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus.